So, Scopes, the last 2 games, we've not had the results we've wanted, but how have you took them?
Yeah. I think it's the first time we've lost back-to-back games since we come in as a management team. So I think that's something we can be proud of, to go through that long without doing that. Obviously, it was disappointing to lose. I think for Aveley Football Club to be disappointed that we've lost to Horsham and Carl Charlton, 2 teams that were tipped to be at the top of the Isthmian Premier League. I think we can take that as a positive. Obviously, not the result, but we can take that positive that we've lost to them and we're disappointed, and that's probably the standards that we've now set at the football club. And I think the way we lost, I think a bit of game management in the Horsham game, I think we can do better to see that out. Certain vital moments of the game, I think they scored on 43 and 47, which are key moments, in them first 5-10 minutes of the game. So that's something we spoke about, and hopefully we can learn from that. And Carl Charlton, I thought we were really good first half. I thought we moved the ball really well, probably just lacked that little bit of cutting edge to get our chances, put a couple of balls in the box and nearly got on the end of it. And credit to Carl Charlton, I thought they defended really well on the night. And probably second half, the disappointment was we didn't probably play enough good football or enough good football for long enough to build any real sustained pressure. And we huffed and puffed towards the end and tried to force a goal, but probably weren't quite playing well enough, and a few sort of individual mistakes and silly errors that probably stopped us building enough pressure. But I think we have to give credit to Carl Charlton as well. I thought they defended really well, made a slow start to the season, and you could see at the end how much that 3 points meant to them. So, but I think, go back to my first point, to be disappointed that we've lost to their 2 teams, I think we can be a positive that that's how far we've maybe come in a short space of time.
Yeah, 100%. And as you mentioned, we know we lost to Horsham, but how does it feel to go there, score 3, but not get a result?
Yeah, I think that's a cliche, isn't it? You score 3 away, you shouldn't be losing, and I think that's true. I don't think we should be. It happens in football. You have to accept that. I think the manner of all 4 goals probably could be avoided, and that's probably the biggest frustration for the lads and us as a group, is that they probably could all be avoided. And we've had a couple of moments like that in the last few games that probably could have avoided the goals and probably found ourselves in the next round of the cup and with a few more points maybe. So, but that's something we're addressed. That's something we've got to learn from. I think the boys and us know what we need to improve on and how we need to improve it, and we'll work hard to try and do that.
Yeah, and before the game on Monday, our local BBC Sport account added us on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Give us a bit of recognition.
Yes.
Do you want to see that more?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm in 2 frames. I don't mind going under the radar a little bit. I think we just got to get on with our job as a football club and just work really hard within the football club and see where we can take it. And I think everybody inside the football club's working really hard to try and establish ourselves and perform at this level, and that's the most important thing. And it's always nice to get recognition, whether that be collectively or individual recognition, but I'm quite happy to go under the radar as much as we can. And I think as long as we know as a team, from the management, fans, supporters and the club, we're all working hard, I think we can be proud of that again.
Yeah, and Tuesday we've got a little bit of travelling to do.
Yeah.
How do you prepare yourself and the team for that?
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I think non-league football can be tough at times. I think to go to Horsham away on a Saturday, Carl Charlton away on a Monday, and then what would have been Folkestone, and then obviously that game's postponed. Now I've got to go there on a Tuesday, and then to Lewes on a Tuesday. That's a tough run, isn't it? I think when you haven't done a lot of travelling, a lot of the boys come up from step 4 where there wasn't so much travelling, it can take its toll. But we prepare properly. The club's been brilliant for us in terms of coach travel. We've got a coach going to Lewes, we've got a coach going to Horsham, which is really important and helps us prepare properly, and it's up to us to use that to prepare properly and try and go and get a result there. But yeah, it's not easy. We're in a tough run of games really, but I think that shows again that we want to be at this level. I think you've got promoted. We want to be in this step. We want to be in this league. So I don't think we can moan about it now. I think we've got to enjoy them pressures and enjoy them challenges and see where it takes us when we get there on Tuesday, and give everything we got. Yeah,
and Lewes haven't won since 6th of September.
Yeah.
How does that set everyone's mindset?
Yeah, I think they were one of the favourites probably to be in and around the playoffs, or the favourites to win it, I don't know, but in and around the playoffs with the resources that they've got, and the season they had last year just missing out. That's not quite gone right for Tony and Vinesy down there at the moment, and you can see that in terms of points. But I think it's early days, isn't it? A quarter way through the season, and a lot of football to be played. They've obviously got a new pitch. which might take a little bit of time to adjust to as well. So I watched them on Tuesday at Herne Bay, which they didn't get a favourable result, but don't take no bones about it, they're a good side and they've got good players. You know, they've got a lot of players that have played this level and above and for a long period of time. So I think the worst case you could do is underestimate them, and I think as Aveley Football Club, as a newly promoted team, we have to always go in as that underdog and don't underestimate anyone really. And we know it's going to be a tough game on Tuesday. Could they be desperate for 3 points after, you know, and they've got another game Saturday at Enfield. We're fortunate enough we haven't got to play, so hopefully we can be a bit fresher. But they've got a tough game at Enfield to come through first. But we won't underestimate Lewes as a team and a football club and a management team as well.
Yeah, just highlighting your point there that we haven't got a game Saturday. Sykes in particular.
Yeah.
We know how much football he's played and the team together. Having that weekend off, do you think that's going to benefit us?
Yeah, I think it does in a way because of, like you say, it can give people an opportunity to recover. We can work at training. We've got training tonight and training Saturday morning as well, so we can do some bits in there in preparation. It helps us in terms of going to Lewes a little bit fresher maybe. The probably only disappointment is after the back of a couple of defeats and the frustration of how we lost them games. And all credit to Cole Sharlton, but this is the Horsham frustration, how we lost that game so late on. You want to get back out there, don't you? You want to play, and I think we'd be desperate to try and play Saturday if we get the opportunity, but we haven't. So I think we take the positives out of that if we can, and then hopefully we can go into Lewes and got a tough run of games after that, because I think we're Saturday, Monday with the League Cup coming in and the Thameside Trophy coming in as well. So lots of games to come up in October and November, which looking forward to.
Yeah, and just mentioning them cup games, we've got the two that you've just mentioned of Villa City and the Thameside. Yeah. Playing the division below. No matter what the result is in the second round, playing the division below, I think it'll still be a tough game though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think at home was a good draw. That's what we need as well. Obviously, Buckhurst Hill have done well. They've been a club that's been on the progression over the last few years and moving through the levels, haven't they? So I know a few of their players from my time being in that level a few years ago. They've got some good players, so we won't underestimate that. It's going to be a tough game for us. I think that goes into a quarter final, isn't it? So anything with a final win is always going to be important. I think the winner of that might play Grays after that as well, maybe. So it's a game we want to play in and be part of. So we're going to take the cups as serious as we possibly can, and we're disappointed that we've gone out of the FA Trophy, and we're disappointed out of the FA Cup as well. And we had two real tough draws, but we are disappointed because that is something that we would target to do better in, and we've got to make up for that. And we've got 3 more cup competitions to be in, and our challenge will be to be in them until as long as we possibly can. Yeah,
and that's very positive to hear as well.
Yeah.
So, Scopesy, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Enjoy training tonight.
Thank
you. We'll see you Tuesday at Lewes.
Sound good.